The world is as full of wonders as it is wide, and we've rounded up some of our most astonishing geography facts to show you just how many wonders there are. From the world's tallest waterfall being underwater to numerous time zones in a single country, these facts may help you see the globe in a new light. A light possibly even brighter than Las Vegas, the brightest city on Earth. Let's start the video, shall we? Number 1. Diomede Islands. Diomede Islands are made up of two islands, the Big Diomede and the Little Diomede. The Big Diomede is under Russian administration, while the Little Diomede is under American administration. The distance between the two islands, which is the closest distance between the US and Russia, is just 2.4 miles, 3.8 kilometers. However, surprisingly, these two islands have a time difference of 21 hours. The Big Diomede is 21 hours ahead of Little Diomede. This large time difference is due to the international date line, which passes between the two islands. Due to this, Big Diomede is called Tomorrow Island, and Little Diomede is called Yesterday Island. Number 2. Asia is bigger than the moon. The moon isn't as big as it looks. It's around 27% of the size of Earth and has 14.6 million square miles of surface area. Although this seems like a lot, it's significantly less than the total surface area of Asia, which is 17.2 million square miles, making Earth's biggest continent larger than the moon. Number 3. The Chamarel Plane. The Chamarel Plane, located in the Rivière Noire district of southwestern Mauritius, is famous all over the world for its seven-colored Earth. In fact, it is an area of sand dunes consisting of sand that has 7 distinct colors. As the sunlight hits the dunes, the 7 colors can be seen visibly. The colors of the sand are a result of a difference in the cooling of molten volcanic rock. The difference in cooling occurred when the different portions of the molten volcanic rock cooled at different temperatures. Lastly, the best time to view these colors is the morning when the dew-mingled sand brings out its brightest hue. Number 4. Yellowstone is actually a giant supervolcano. Hotspots and geysers represent just a fraction of the action beneath the surface at Yellowstone. The whole park is actually a supervolcano, although it's not supposed to erupt anytime soon. Yellowstone is actually quite safe. Its supervolcano is made up of 2 magma chambers. The first is no more than 15% molten, while the second is only 2% molten. According to Forbes, it's practically impossible for a supervolcano to erupt unless its magma chambers are at least 50% molten. So, rest easy, and don't forget to enjoy the view. Number 5. Russia. Russia is the largest country in the world. It spreads over a 17,752 square kilometer area and over 11 time zones. Thus, the current time range observed by Russia is UTC plus 2 bars to UTC plus 12 hours. Hence, apparently, while one part of Russia enjoys the morning sun, the other part enjoys the sunset. Number 6. Freshwater. Lake Baikal in Russia contains 20% of the total non-frozen freshwater available on our planet. It is the oldest and deepest lake in the world and is famous for its crystal clear water. The immense Lake Baikal spreads over an area of 31,722 square kilometers, due to which it is often mistaken for a sea. Unfortunately, it is currently under threat due to poaching, pollution, and development. Number 7. The world's largest waterfall is under the ocean. Nestled between Greenland and Iceland is a body of water known as the Denmark Strait, and beneath its waves lies the world's largest waterfall. Known simply as the Denmark Strait Cataract, a cataract is a type of powerful flowing waterfall. It cascades 1,100 feet toward the seafloor. This incredible deluge, like other underwater cataracts, is actually a dramatic dance between warm and cold water. In the case of the Denmark Strait Cataract, cold water from the Nordic Sea meets the much warmer water of the Irminger Sea southwest of Iceland. The cooler, denser water sinks beneath the lighter, warmer water, dropping more than 2 miles to the seafloor. The resulting waterfall completely dwarfs Venezuela's Angel Falls, the tallest terrestrial waterfall in the world, by more than 8,000 feet. The Denmark Strait Cataract is also a staggering 100 miles wide, nearly 15 times wider than the widest terrestrial waterfall, the Konopaping Falls in Laos, which is only 6.7 miles wide. By every single metric, this underwater avalanche towers over the competition, even though it never rises above sea level. Number 8. Reelfoot Lake. In 1811 and 1812, 3 earthquakes shook New Madrid. The third earthquake, with a magnitude of 7.5 to 8, pushed water into a basin, which led to the formation of Reelfoot Lake near Tiptonville, Tennessee. During these earthquakes, people witnessed that the Mississippi River had started flowing backward. Yet, scientific studies have shown that the earthquake produced northwest-moving water waves, which created the illusion that the Mississippi River was flowing backward for a few hours. Number 9. Istanbul, Turkey, is located in both Europe and Asia. Istanbul, formerly known as Constantinople, and before that as Byzantium, isn't just the biggest city in Turkey. With 15.4 million people, it's the most populous city in all of Europe, and its location, between the Black Sea and the Mediterranean, has helped to make it one of the most famous cities in history, not to mention the capital of both the former Byzantine and Ottoman empires. The capital of modern-day Turkey, incidentally, is the inland city of Ankara. In addition to its more than 2,500-year-old history and fascinating architecture, including the Hagia Sophia, built as a church in the 6th century CE. Istanbul is notable for being split between two continents, Europe and Asia, by a thin ribbon of water called the Bosporus. Around 1/3 of Istanbul's residents live in Asia, east of the Bosporus, while the rest live in Europe. Number 10. Point Nemo. Point Nemo in the South Pacific Ocean is 2,988 kilometers away from the nearest landmass. Also, it is known as the oceanic pole of inaccessibility, which means that it is a point in the ocean which is farthest from any land. The nearest lands from this point are Ducie Island, Pitcairn Islands, Motu Nui, Easter Island, and Maher Island near Seapley Island. The name Point Nemo is inspired by the fictional hero of the Jules Verne novel 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. In Latin, Point Nemo means no one. Point Nemo is almost inaccessible from land, and so it is used for depositing decommissioned satellites, spacecrafts, and space stations. That's why it is also known as a spacecraft cemetery. Number 11. Only 3 countries in the world are entirely surrounded by one other country. A country's borders can take many shapes and sizes, but only 3 countries in the world can be considered enclave nations. An enclave is a territory of one state surrounded by the territory of another. And enclave nations are those that exist wholly within another country's borders on all sides. In Europe, Italy surrounds 2 of these enclave nations: Vatican City, the seat of the Roman Catholic Church, and San Marino, a microstate located on the northeastern slopes of the Apennine Mountains. The world's other enclave nation is Lesotho, a country completely enclosed by South Africa, and which owes at least part of its long history of independent rule to its incredibly mountainous, hard-to-conquer terrain. Number 12. The Appalachian Mountains versus the Himalayan Mountains. The Appalachian Mountain, located in eastern North America, runs from Alabama to New York. It was formed around 480 million years ago. It was once as tall as the Rocky Mountains, which are located in western North America, and their highest peak, Mount Elbert, is 14,400 feet high. Due to constant rainwater erosion, Appalachian Mountain is shrinking continuously, and its highest peak, Mount Mitchell, is 6,684 feet high. The Himalayan Mountains, located in Asia between the Indian subcontinent and Tibetan Plateau, once used to be as high as the Rocky Mountains. But now it is even taller, and its highest peak, Mount Everest, is 29,029 feet high. The Himalayan mountain range is growing regularly due to the constant collision of India into southern Asia. The Himalayan mountains are also being eroded by rainwater. However, the rate of erosion is quite small compared to its rate of growth by the collision. And that concludes today's video. If you enjoyed the content, kindly hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. To stay updated on future uploads, be sure to click the notification bell. Feel free to share this video with your friends and family. Do share your thoughts and feedback in the comments section. Looking forward to catching you again in the next video.